guys, it's Rachel, and today I am going to give you guys an updated version of my anxiety story. I've briefly, here and there, I've talked about my anxiety on this channel. I have talked about it in vlogs, I've made separate videos about it. People have found my videos because I've made a few different anxiety videos, but it's been a couple years since I made a video dedicated to anxiety. A lot of people know me, they don't know that I struggle with anxiety because I don't talk about it. I tried to make a cool transition, but that's not working out. So I have been dealing with my anxiety for about 7.5 years. That's insane. I started experiencing anxiety when I was 13 years old, and between 13 and now it has been a roller coaster. It has been up and down, it's been at its high points, it's been at its low points. I go through phases of good times, bad times, and it affects me through a chunk of my life, and then it doesn't affect me at this chunk of my life. And my anxiety, to me, it doesn't make sense. Because, example, I can do crazy things. The last couple years, I've gone out and I've lived my life, and I've done some really epic, crazy things. I flew across the country by myself, not once, but twice, and I spent more than a couple of days out in California all by myself. And you think someone with anxiety issues, that would really affect someone, and that, you wouldn't be able to do that, but I did. But then the smallest things tend to really freak me out. There's times where I have a really hard time walking out to my car when it's nighttime, and I get really bad anxiety from it. So it's weird because I can do insane things. I can lean off of a building over 1,000 feet in the air and feel nothing, but then I can't even walk out of my house without getting a panic attack. It's just so weird. Basically, the summary of my story is my anxiety. I have been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and panic disorder. The last 7.5 years, I've experienced a lot of different things with my anxiety. The big factor of how I discovered I have anxiety is when I was in 8th grade, it just came out of nowhere, and I remember it was over winter break, nothing caused it. There was no incident, there was nothing, but for some reason something just came over me, and I was starting to become afraid of the outside world. I was becoming afraid of anyone, anywhere, if I was alone. If I was alone and I went outside somewhere and there was other people outside, I would be afraid they were coming after me. And they could just be someone walking a baby or something, or just walking a dog. They would be just an innocent bystander just minding their own lives, and I think they're coming after me. That has stuck with me through different periods of my life for the last 7 years. It's not very fun to deal with because when I get into those, I don't want to say moods, but periods and phases of my life, because it's happened multiple different times, I kind of stopped doing what I love to do. I kind of stopped living my life, and I kind of let my anxiety run my life. There was a couple times in my life where I didn't go outside. I became almost like a hermit. I stopped making my videos. I was just afraid to go outside. I was afraid to do things by myself, and that's not me, because if you know me, I am the most independent person, or one of the most independent people, and I like to be alone. I like to do things on my own and whatever. So it's to do something alone and it just, I can't do it. That's not like me at all. I've gone through counseling twice now. I think the last counseling has helped me more, probably because I got to go in there by myself and I got to really talk about everything in my life in the last couple of years, because the last couple of years I've had quite a few traumatic events in my life that have really triggered my anxiety and became an issue in my life. And so I got to talk more about that in depth. And so I kind of got a little more understanding, and I kind of got a little more help for that. I've also experienced panic disorder, which basically I frequently have panic attacks, and the first time I've experienced a panic attack, it was my senior year of high school, and it was actually in school, but it was after school. at like a color guard practice I had, and I had about, I think, 5 or 6 of my friends there. To the people that were there, I just want to say thank you. I don't know if they still watch me or keep up with me. That was a very traumatic time in my life. That was the first time I've ever experienced a panic attack. And they say your first panic attack, you will always remember it like vividly. Like you will always remember like where it happened, when it happened, who was there, what was going on, what you felt. Like you will remember everything about it. But that was about, let's see, it's 2018. So that was, wow, 3.5 years ago. That's insane. So there'll be 4 years towards the end of this year. Wow. So within the last like 3.5 years, I've experienced quite a few panic attacks. They're not fun. I don't wish them on anybody. So if you've ever experienced a panic attack, you know how bad they are. My panic attacks usually, sometimes they get triggered, sometimes they don't, which it's an awful feeling when they don't get triggered and it just comes out of nowhere because you can't stop it. Even when you get triggered, you still can't stop it. But like, it's worse when you're not triggered because it just out of nowhere and you can't explain it, and you can't, like, you feel like if you're with people, you feel bad, like, because you can't help it and it's not your fault and it just came out of nowhere. But if you're triggered, I really, at this point now, I'm thinking about it, I don't know what is worse, if you get triggered or if you don't get triggered. My anxiety video that I made a couple years ago, I talk about social anxiety, and it's weird because like it doesn't always affect me, but it sometimes affects me. If I don't know someone, I can't just go up to someone and talk to them because I get social anxiety. That's why like I have a hard time talking to people that I don't know. Like I know I can do it, but there's like a lot of times there's something inside of me that like I just can't bring myself to do it. And like when I meet people, like within the last year, I've met quite a few different people, and I've gone on quite a few different dates, and you know, I've had some flings, and I've had, you know, this and that. I think my thing is, if I haven't met someone, and like it's almost like if I meet someone online and like you get to know them and then you meet them, I feel more comfortable almost doing that than just meeting someone like face to face, you know. I don't know, like it's just so weird. Like once I get to know someone, even like if it's like over the internet or something, and I meet them in person, I feel like a connection, or I feel comfortable with that person. I feel like I've definitely grown since I've made that video. Like I've done quite a few different things that I was afraid to do because of my social anxiety, or my here and there social anxiety. And I'm back again with like the whole meeting new people. Like if I meet someone or something, like without like getting to know them first, like via technology, it takes me a long time to fully get comfortable with people. People call me shy. I hate the word shy because deep down I know, like personally, I'm not a shy person. Like in my mind, I'm not a shy person. Like I have a big mouth, you know, I'm, you know, very like, I don't care what people think, blah 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 blah. Like I will dance in public and not care, like, you know. But like when it comes to talking to people, I feel like I get more social anxiety, but it comes off as being shy. That's my opinion. I mean, there's quite a few people who think I'm quiet and I'm shy and this and that, but a lot of times I either like to keep to myself, or it takes a really long time for me to get comfortable with people or get into this routine or whatever, like, you know, quiet, doing my own thing. That's just me, but I don't think I'm shy. Personally, that's what I think. I mean, anyone can have an opinion about me, whatever, but I personally don't think I'm shy. But back on to anxiety. I would say within the last couple years, I feel like it's been more open to talk about. I feel like it's definitely met people, and I've talked to people who have now experienced anxiety or have been diagnosed with anxiety, and I feel like it's becoming more of a thing, like more open. More people are being more open to talk about it. When I first started experiencing it, probably at least from when I was 13 until at least when I was in high school, it was very, very hard for me because nobody around me, none of my friends, none of my family, like nobody had anxiety. Nobody understood me. And that was a huge, huge thing for me because it was something new to me and I didn't know what it was, and like I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know exactly what was going on, and the situation I was in, it didn't help. Looking back, it probably made it worse, and it was probably another huge factor of my anxiety. I made a video in 2015 talking about dating someone with anxiety. I have learned a lot since then. I've been with different people since then, and I want to say at the time of my life, during my high school years and my middle school years and stuff, there was, like I said in that video, there was like this one person that was very important to me, and I was with this person for quite some time. He kind of turned anxiety down like it was nothing, like it was non-existent, it was all in my head, and so that really affected me. And so my message here now is, since I've grown up and I've learned a lot and I've been around more people, I just want to say, if someone in your life is not accepting and not supporting you with your anxiety or your mental health, you really need to get them out of your life, because it's not healthy. And from my experience, I was in a very unhealthy situation for about 6 years of my life, and I think it really made my anxiety worse than what it was. No matter how hard it is, no matter how important the person is in your life, no matter who it is, you really need to cut ties with this person, because if there's a person in your life like bringing down your mental health, they need to go, because that is not okay. And if they are not accepting and they're not trying to understand you, your anxiety, your depression, your whatever you have, they really need to go, because you need to be around people who support you, who understand, who will be there for you. You need to have an emotional support system from everyone in your life. I'm like totally rambling and I'm like going all over the place, but here's an updated version of my story. Now, I know like a lot of people have found my videos or have commented on my anxiety videos saying thank you for making this, blah blah, sharing your story. I'm here to share my life with the world. That is your choice if you want to watch me or not. You know, this is who I am. I have struggled with anxiety. I've been diagnosed with anxiety, panic disorder, and it's something I've accepted about myself, and it's something I have accepted that I'm gonna have to live the rest of my life with it, which really sucks, but what are you gonna do, you know? I've just kind of learned to deal with it and to not let anxiety define me, because for a very long time I let anxiety control my life, and there's times where I'm still working on that, because anxiety is a very powerful thing, and like I said, it's different for everyone. Everyone experiences it differently, and so I'm trying not to let my anxiety control my life, control my mind, and I'm trying to let these thoughts that I have not overpower my actual life, you know what I mean? I'm here to share my story, I'm here to share my life. I vlog, I do random videos, you know, I'm in the process of making all kinds of different videos with all kinds of different people, and I'm very excited about it, because it's like a new chapter in my life. Yeah, if you guys want me to make any more videos talking about anxiety, answering questions about anxiety, or if anyone needs anyone to talk to, leave comments down below. You can message me on YouTube, DM me on Instagram, whatever, because I will always respond to anyone willing to talk about anxiety or ask advice, ask questions, anything. Just, you know, contact me, whatever. And give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to put the little bell notification on so you know when I upload a video, because good videos are coming soon. Exciting videos are coming soon, I should say. Exciting! I'm working on a lot of things. I got a lot of things under wraps. I got a lot of ideas. So yeah. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!